Hi, I'm Tim Kubarych, and I'm Co-Deputy Director of Research at Harding Loevner. Today I'm with Sergei Pliutsinski, a consumer analyst, talking about all things travel. Last time I went to the grocery store, Sergei, I went and I almost took the salad, and then I saw that it has an expiration date. So then I put it back and took another one. And I thought of you because you were mentioning that not just salad has expiration dates, but there's kind of like a perishability in all things related to travel.
Travel products in general are perishable, whether it's flights or hotel rooms or entertainment tickets. If you don't sell your seat on a flight, that seat is gone forever.
So if I'm United, why do I need to outsource some part of my inventory to an online travel agent?
As a travel provider, your primary objective is to sell as much inventory as possible. If you're going to try to manage it yourself, the ways and the channels that you can sell it through are limited. For as long as online aggregators providing a valuable channel in terms of selling this additional inventory that airlines and hotels cannot sell themselves, they're going to be going to those platforms over and over again.
If we zoom in on hotels, can you give us an understanding of how is it different in Europe versus some emerging markets, including India or China, and then versus a developed market like America?
If you look at developed markets, you have a more established network of hotels, you have hotel chains. Even developed markets different from each other. US, for example, has a much larger portion of branded chain, large chain hotels. And when you are a small boutique hotel, like in Europe, for example, you don't have the resources to go and be present everywhere and reach as many people as possible, including the cross-selling opportunities, right? So it's not just somebody who's looking for the hotel, but also people who, for example, are looking for a flight, but they haven't decided on a hotel. But it's not to say that the large hotels, they can completely go around the OTAs. Because even in the market like US, 30% of the traffic that hotels generate for their product, selling rooms, still coming through the OTAs. Even if it was 20% of your traffic going through this OTA platform, they're not going to give up on this because it's still much more economically profitable for them to make sure that hotel room is sold and they don't have it expire like your salad.
COVID decimated the ability for anyone to travel. What is the state of online travel agencies going back to the growth and strength of pre-2020 trajectories?
So when we started to come out of the pandemic, we've seen a significant acceleration in travel trends. There are also differences in terms of how the companies are running their business. So prior to the pandemic, Booking.com was more reliant on its original agency model, where essentially just a simple platform where a hotel, for example, wants to sell the inventory, they list the inventory, and they pay Booking. The competitive advantage around that proved to be a little bit more elusive, especially with much larger companies like Google also trying to provide travel management, travel planning services. What I've seen happening is that OTAs started to expand additional services in addition to just listing travel inventory. For Booking.com, they launched this vision and strategy called Connected Trip. So it's not just the services, but it's also going from hotels, going into other verticals. And they've grown the airline tickets in significantly. They're coming to other markets. They've also built a payment platform. The simplicity of it and the convenience for travel partners and the consumers to be on the same platform, to have your payments managed across, not just within the country, but across regions globally, has proven to be a significant value add for Booking.
You worried that there might be some disintermediation where you won't go to an OTA and you'll just interact with ChatGPT or Claude or something like that. Are those platforms worried that they're going to lose their bread and butter because of the advent of this large language model enabled chatbot?
The main component for AI to be effective is data. And OTAs have a lot of data. They have the historical data, and they also, because of the breadth of the platform, they have more data than anybody else out there. Booking is doing a number of things. They introduced AI for customer experience. So when you're booking something to help you, like a personal assistant, Trip.com is doing a number of things. Customer service is a significant component of travel management. They have AI that they're using internally for streamlined costs, Also, there's a lot of engineering going on there, programming, and we know that AI has been very effective in helping programmers to write code.
Do you think the market well understands the kind of 3 to 5 year outlook for these businesses?
Given the amount of profit they're generating, and given the ability to repurchase a massive amount of their own stock, I would say that the valuation is quite reasonable. From my perspective, there is an element of skepticism from the market, which is actively thinking about how all of those things are going to impact these businesses. Like you have a major macro event that could impact travel trends. So some of those elements, I feel like they weigh on the stock and preventing them from fully realizing the potential valuation that they could have.